Daily Bible reading, Daniel chapter 5, verses 1 through 16. King Belshazzar gave a great banquet for his 1,000 nobles, and in the presence of the 1,000 he drank wine. Under the influence of the wine, Belshazzar ordered the gold and silver vessels that his father Nebuchadnezzar had taken out of the temple at Jerusalem to be brought, so that the king and his nobles, his consorts, and his concubines could drink from them. The golden vessels that had been taken out of the sanctuary of the house of God in Jerusalem were then brought, and the king, his nobles, his consorts, and his concubines drank from them. They drank wine and praised the gods of gold and silver, bronze, iron, wood, and stone. Just then the fingers of a human hand appeared and wrote on the plaster of the wall of the king's palace opposite the lampstand, so that the king could see the hand as it wrote. The king's face darkened and his thoughts alarmed him. The joints of his loins were loosened and his knees knocked together. The king called loudly for the exorcists, Chaldeans, and diviners to be brought. The king addressed the wise men of Babylon. Whoever can read this writing and tell me its meaning shall be clothed in purple and wear a golden chain on his neck, and shall rule as one of 3 in the kingdom. Then all the king's wise men came, but they could not read the writing or make known its meaning to the king. King Belshazzar grew exceedingly alarmed, and his face darkened, and his nobles were dismayed. Because of the state of the king and his nobles, the queen came to the banquet hall. The queen spoke up and said, "O king, live forever. Let your thoughts not alarm you or your face darken. There is a man in your kingdom who has the spirit of the holy God in him. In your father's time, illumination, understanding, and wisdom like that of the gods were to be found in him. And your father, King Nebuchadnezzar, appointed him chief of the magicians, exorcists, Chaldeans, and diviners. Seeing that there is to be found in Daniel, whom the king called Belshazzar, extraordinary spirit, knowing and understanding to interpret dreams, to explain riddles and solve problems. Let Daniel now be called to tell the meaning of the writing." Daniel was then brought before the king. The king addressed Daniel. "You are Daniel, one of the exiles of Judah, whom my father the king brought from Judah. I have heard about you and that you have the spirit of the gods in you, and the illumination, knowledge, and extraordinary wisdom are to be found in you. Now the wise men and exorcists have been brought before me to read this writing and to make known its meaning to me, but they could not tell what it meant. I have heard about you, that you can give interpretations and solve problems. Now if you can read the writing and make known its meaning to me, you shall be clothed in purple and wear a golden chain on your neck, and rule as one of the 3 in the kingdom."